You are watching Britain's sharpest daytime show with Russell Kane and Diamond and singer Mark Chadwick. He is promoting his first solo album, All the Pieces, and let's have a little modelling thing, in vinyl.
In vinyl?
As well as on CD, but the question, of course, is how can you get hands on a copy, I hear you ask?
From our website, stupid.
Oh.
Just point your mouse to 5.tv/Wright stuff and you can download your copy of All the Pieces for just £6.99.
Do I make a saving, Kirsty?
You do, of £2 off the recommended price. Bargain. And while you're there, why not check out Russell's tour dates?
Fantastic, Kirsty. Right. Still to come this morning, should someone pull the plug on suicide chat rooms, on online forums where the depressed can exchange advice on how best to end their lives? 0207 173 5555. That's the number if you've got something to say on that. But first, we're going to do the rest of the papers. What have you got for us, Mark?
Well, Delhi's been given 48 hours to save the Commonwealth Games, which is not good. My builder's gone over there. This is true, yeah. Adrian, my builder, yeah, it doesn't work for us. If they sent for Adrian, it's on top.
Is that true?
That is true, yeah, he's gone out there.
Because there are some alarming pictures of child labourers trying to pull the seats together and stuff this morning in the papers. And our athletes are hanging on a knife edge waiting to say whether to go on or not. Australia and New Zealand are pulling out, I think.
It would be such a shame if it has to happen, but you feel it falling apart, don't you?
You really can, really can. OK, well, we'll keep an eye on that story. We've got Amir Khan, the Bollywood star, on tomorrow's show. I'll be interested to see what he thinks. Anything else, Mark?
Yeah, it's not our job to say police, as complaints of antisocial behaviour go unanswered. Basically, they're not dealing with what isn't exactly crime, but is the beginning of crime, if you know what I mean.
Should they get involved? Or is it down to the rest of us?
I think it's probably, it's down to society, I think. But then you can do the Mayor Giuliani approach, which is actually deal with antisocial behaviour, and it kind of spreads and works. So he did that.
Well, they sort of crack down on
absolutely low-level, non-crime, but if you stop that, then it stops crime, apparently. It worked in New York. But I wouldn't necessarily advocate that.
Yeah, no, I was going to get something that's in one of my papers later on, but I do think that we're changing as a society, and maybe we've got to actually hold hands on this. It's not just expect the police to sort out our society for us. I don't know, it comes down again and again, the more you talk about it, down to parenting. It's the fact that we're just not making sure that we're bringing up a generation of nice people.
But, you know, again,
and then we
talk
blame the
about young
police.
people, and you walk around, you know, provincial English town centres late at night or early evening on a Friday or Saturday night, and it's not all kids of 16 or 17.
No, but that's because it's been going on for a good 20 or 30 years.
I actually feel quite sorry for Plod stuck in the middle of trying to do it all, but maybe there is more.
Well, I think it's interesting they're saying it's not our job, because actually I think we've all got to decide what their job is and what our job is.
Stopping cyclists, isn't it? That's the principal thing.
Exactly.
Get this scourge of cyclists out of our parks.
You have to link a lot of these problems back to alcohol, and unfortunately, these antisocial behaviour. Until you tackle that,
then you have to ask yourself, though, why are
we
young people
unique?
drinking alcohol like never before?
But why are we culturally unique? Why are we not seeing this in other town centres in Europe? And I would say it's back to this. We've got this policy of suppressing things too much. It's the British spirit. The more you squash something down, it's like a bouncy castle in this country. Close the pubs, make booze more expensive, forbid, forbid, forbid. You've just put a handful of glitter over my teenage rebellion, and I want to do it even more, instead of having an adult discussion.
Like what they do in Germany, for every parish, they have a house that's given over to the youth completely, and adults aren't really allowed in. One adult designates.
Right?
Yeah. It's every parish, every sort of couple of blocks, basically. And it's a house there that kids can do whatever they like, put on music, sell alcohol to each other, do whatever they want, and one adult in the areas, you know, once a month, it's your job to be there. And that's it.
Just to ensure nobody ends up burning the place down.
But it works fantastically.
But we'll never get our heads around permitting something in order to stop it happening in this country. We'll never get our heads around.
I was just about to say, do you think that would work in this country?
Yes.
Oh, you don't think they would just burn it down?
No, of course not.
That is the fear that drives it.
It's the fear that drives it, yes. It's nonsense. Of course not. Give them responsibility.
Well, that's
Give them some idea.
We might run that one up the flagpole here on the show. It's a really interesting idea. Thank you. Anything else? What else we got?
Well, we've got an outbreak of animal cruelty in this country, apparently.
Well, it's every day.
Every day now. The world's gone mad.
They shouldn't have put this in the newspapers. They should. I heard it on the radio yesterday. They shouldn't
What,
talk about this.
what?
It frightens me that the minute you say this story, that people are going to think, oh, that's a good idea.
Should I not say it then, Anne?
Yeah,
Say it. Microwaving hamsters.
Right.
This is a craze. Yeah, apparently this fella's microwaved a hamster. He's got 9.
If you think about it, it's just a rat without a tail. I mean, it's not the end of the day, is it? Or is it the microwaves that's the issue? Would you prefer it in an oven?
Maybe garnish it with rosemary first. That's what we're all thinking.
I had a friend who did it to a frog once.
You can buy squirrel meat now in supermarkets. What? I don't know. Although, did he microwave it alive?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but there's an outbreak of animal cruelty due to the cat and the dog. And
throwing them in wheelie bins.
So what's going to be tomorrow?
Doesn't matter thinking about
Yeah, and the
anything.
more you give it publicity, the more somebody else is going to go out and do it. It just really frightens me.
But equally,
that.
if you don't talk about it, then we'll all pretend it isn't happening, and it is.
We won't be able to explain all the cooked hamsters if we don't talk about it.
Oh, stop.
One last one from you, Mark.
Yes, smiling dogs. Apparently, kids think that when a dog snarls at you, it's kids think it's possibly smiling. I don't think how a kid could possibly make that mistake. I don't think I've ever made that mistake. I've got a dog, and when it snarls, you know it's not happy.
So they're saying they misread the sign.
As a smile, and give it a kiss.
That's a good story.
I think that's absolutely nonsense. I think, you know, its heckles are up, its teeth are bared.
Yeah.
I think any creature knows. Get out
I was
of the way.
going to say it's instinctive.
It's instinctive. Get out of the way. I'd have thought so. But apparently, there's a DVD you can buy of snarling dogs that you can show to your children.
To teach the kids.
This is an angry dog.
I was very disappointed when that DVD, Snarling Dogs, arrived, actually.
Okay, Anne, what have you got, please?
Chris Moyles, if you weren't paid for 2 months, Matthew, would you rant and rave on this programme?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's all Chris Moyles has done.
What's he done? Not been paid?
Apparently, there's been a computer glitch at the BBC. I think it was at the same time his contract was being sort of rethought.
Right.
And he hasn't been paid for 2 months. And so he had a 25-minute rant, apparently, on the radio live
if I do
yesterday.
25
Moyles,
minutes,
Boyles. Yeah, he said it was... well, he was very, very rude about the person in charge of the computer at the BBC, apparently. So there you are. So what? I was saying.
Okay. This is Chris on 630...
495,000 a
Oh, he's
year.
had a pay
It
cut
says
now.
there.
Okay.
It says there. Maybe a pay cut that he's really upset about.
Good
I
for
don't
him.
know. Yeah. Now, what would the Daily Mail possibly find interesting about the Lib Dem conference, you might ask yourself at the moment? Well, they've been looking at Chris Hoon and his wife, estranged wife, turning up to the conference as well as his lady friend. Alleged. And apparently the wife turned up to show her support for Vince Cable when he was making his big speech yesterday, because she has worked very closely with Vince Cable in the past and is still very much part of that sort of think tank team. But the lady friend has been, well, if you look at the picture, she doesn't look very impressed at all.
She's
About the fact that
allegedly...
the wife has turned up to the Lib Dem conference at all. And Chris Hoon, they've pictured him just going, oh my God, the women are fighting over me.
The new girl, Karina Trillingham, allegedly told photographers where the estranged wife was staying. What's she doing here? What's she doing here?
Yes, that's right. Little rant
These
and rave
Lib
and
Dems, eh?
Hiss, hiss,
Jesus boots, lentils and sex.
Well, you see,
Maybe he was trying to form a coalition between his...